Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese.
Hi everyone, welcome to Chinese Pod. 大家好，欢迎来到中文播客. This is Fiona.
And this is Gwilym, and today we have a newbie lesson.
Today we're going to be showing you how to describe people that are far away from you. You know, you might be having a conversation with your friends and you suddenly see someone you recognize, right? And you want to describe them.
Yeah, so in this case, you want to describe what they're wearing to kind of signify which person is which.
All right, well, let's listen to the dialogue 3 times.
对话第1遍。
那2个人是谁？
穿红衣服的是我妈，
戴眼镜的呢？
戴眼镜的那个人是我姐姐的男朋友。
第2遍。
那2个人是谁？
穿红衣服的是我妈，
戴眼镜的呢？
戴眼镜的那个人是我姐姐的男朋友。
第3遍。
那2个人是谁？
穿红衣服的是我妈，
戴眼镜的呢？
戴眼镜的那个人是我姐姐的男朋友。
All right, now that we've listened to the dialogue, let's move on to the translations. 那2个人是谁?
Who are those 2 people?
那2个人是谁?
Who are those 2 people?
穿红衣服的是我妈.
The one wearing red is my mom.
穿红衣服的是我妈.
The one wearing red is my mother.
穿红衣服的是我妈. 戴眼镜的呢?
And the one wearing glasses?
戴眼镜的呢?
And the one wearing glasses?
戴眼镜的呢? 戴眼镜的那个人是我姐姐的男朋友.
The one in glasses is my elder sister's boyfriend.
戴眼镜的那个人是我姐姐的男朋友.
The one wearing glasses is my elder sister's boyfriend.
戴眼镜的那个人是我姐姐的男朋友. Alright, now that we've done the translations, let's move on to the discussion where we'll start at the first line, which is 那2个人是谁?
Okay, so they're asking who these 2 people are in front of them, and they use the word 两, which means 2.
And this 两 L-I-A-N-G third tone is specifically used when we're counting nouns. When you're giving your phone number and you're just saying the number in general, you would always use 二, right? But when you're counting things, you would use 两. This is a little exception in Mandarin when it comes to numbers, so do bear that in mind.
So this 那 in front of the 2个人 is kind of them or...
Yeah, so when you're pointing towards away from you want to point there, you would use NA fourth tone. 那 so 那2个人, you're kind of already forming the sentence. Those 2 people, and then is who. 是 is in Mandarin, and 谁 is who.
So in Mandarin, the verb never changes. So no matter who you're talking about, it's always 是. And then the question word in this case is who.
And that is 谁. 那2个人是谁?
Okay, so translated like literally, it's them 2 people is who. Okay, so the way the woman describes the people over there is by their clothes. And they say, the one wearing red is my mother. So how do we say that in Chinese?
穿红衣服的是我吗?
Okay, so they start the sentence by saying, wearing red is my mother. So how do we say wearing? 穿 Okay, so C-H-U-A-N first tone. And this is to wear clothing, any kind of t-shirts, trousers, all of those things.
And today she's wearing red, right? A red item of clothing. So she says 红衣服.
And the word for mother is usually mama. But in this case, you just shorten it to kind of ma.
Yeah, so it's kind of like in English, you say, that's my mother, or you say, that's my mum, right? So often people will just say, ma, 是我吗?
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Chinese Pod Trivia. Our first question is, how long will it take you to become an intermediate Chinese speaker using the Chinese Pod app? Is it A, the rest of your life? B, you should already be an intermediate speaker? C, 3 months? Or D, Chinese Pod has an app?
You should already be in.
Ooh, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, 3 months. That's right. Head over to ChinesePod.com now to register for your access to over 4,000 lessons. Get the Chinese Pod app now on Google Play or the App Store.
Okay, so in English we can say the one wearing red is my mother. You could also say my mother is wearing red. In this case, we start with the one wearing red. Why is that?
Well, in Mandarin, often when you're answering people's questions, you start by describing the shared information that you have, right? And all the new information is at the back of the sentence. So they're both standing there, the man and the woman, looking across at two people, right? They can already see someone wearing red. So the new information to the man is that that's the lady's mother, right? So that's why we see 是我妈 at the end of the sentence. So 穿红衣服的 shared information, 是我妈 new information.
Right, got it. So then the guy asks, who is the one wearing glasses?
He says, 戴眼镜的呢?戴眼镜的呢?
So we just learnt the verb to wear, but in this case, it's a different verb in Chinese. Wearing glasses and wearing clothes is different in Chinese, right?
So here we see 戴, D-A-I, fourth tone. 戴. 戴 is to wear any kind of accessory. So necklaces, glasses, hats, scarves.
Watches.
Watches. That all goes under the verb 戴. But if you're talking about clothing, t-shirts, trousers, dresses, that's all 穿.
And how about shoes?
Okay, what do you think, Willem?
I'm going to go with 穿 because they're not really an accessory.
Exactly, it's part of your clothing. That's good. So you 穿鞋子 and then you 戴眼镜.
Okay, so the tones on these glasses are yen, third tone, and jing, fourth tone.
Very important. 眼镜.
Not to be confused by eyes, which is
眼睛.
Okay, so the difference is that is a third tone and a first tone, and for glasses, it ends with a fourth tone, 眼睛.
眼镜. So do be careful because if you say the tones wrong, you might be saying that I want to wear my eyes. So here's a little memory technique for you. Imagine that it's easy to drop your glasses, right? It's easy to drop down to a fourth tone. So anything that you can drop down, 眼镜. Oops, I dropped my glasses, 眼镜. But eyes always stay on you. They're nice and flat. So 眼睛.
Okay, so how do they structure the question in this sentence?
He puts a 呢 at the end, right? So when you use a 呢, you're uncertain of the answer. So 戴眼镜的呢?
Okay, so this no we use because we're uncertain about the outcome. It's not a simple yes, no answer. It's kind of just like, what about this question?
That's exactly right. So remember before I talked about we always put the shared information at the front and then the new information at the back. So in this response from the lady, we see exactly that. So we already see someone wearing glasses over there, right? And that's why she starts with 戴眼镜的那个人. So before, at the beginning of the conversation, we saw 那两个人. And because there's only one person, right, we omit the one. So we just say 那个人. So the person over there wearing glasses is 我姐姐的男朋友. 男朋友 is boyfriend. And 我姐姐的 is my sisters, my elder sisters.
Okay, so this the is a possessive particle, so it's kind of like my sister's boyfriend.
And how would you say girlfriend, Willem?
女朋友.
And how would you say younger sister?
妹妹.
That's right. So 姐姐妹妹男朋友女朋友.
Okay, so we use this structure when we're describing people's relations. So like my brother's girlfriend.
我哥哥的女朋友.
Or my little sister's boyfriend.
我妹妹的男朋友.
Okay, got it.
So in today's lesson, we learned a lot about describing people. So I would really encourage you to practice describing people in the same sentence structures as we see today. Maybe change up the colors, maybe change up what they're wearing. But also one important take-home message is that 穿 and 带 are different. Remember, 带 is for
accessories, for things you put on, really.
and 穿
is for just clothing.
Exactly. All right, now that we've discussed the language, let's listen to the dialogue 3 more times.
Okay.
对话第一遍。
那两个人是谁？
穿红衣服的是我妈，
戴眼镜的呢？
戴眼镜的那个人是我姐姐的男朋友。
第二遍。
那两个人是谁？
穿红衣服的是我妈，
戴眼镜的呢？
戴眼镜的那个人是我姐姐的男朋友。
第三遍。
那两个人是谁？
穿红衣服的是我妈，
戴眼镜的呢？
戴眼镜的那个人是我姐姐的男朋友。
Sophie, I think that technique about learning the difference between 眼镜 and 眼睛 is really helpful because, like we learned, when you drop your glasses, it's kind of a 4th tone, so we know it's 眼镜. Because when you first start learning Mandarin, not only do you need to learn all the new meanings and pinyin, but also the tones. So incorporating this kind of visual imagery is really important.
Yeah, so I'm glad you found that useful. And I know a lot of students that incorporate actions into kind of their visual memory, kind of their memory techniques. I also know students that use colors to distinguish the tones. I think when you're starting out learning Mandarin, it's important to find a technique that suits you, but be creative, right? Think about things dropping, think about things bouncing around, right? Like a 3rd tone dips, right? So it bounces. And we hope these little tips help you with your Mandarin. But the key thing is to practice. So I'd really encourage you to practice this lesson now that you've listened to it.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson and we'll see you next time.
再见.
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number
2657.
So just go to www.chinesepod.com/2657 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/2657.